That is our today's topic. But before proceeding with the topic MongoDB software installation, I'll give you some quick introduction about how do you start understanding the types of software, what are the further details on the same. Let's say we'll go with this website https://www.mongodb.com. Here's the one which I just opened. MongoDB.com is the website where you will get the softwares. You have to go to the product sections. In the product sections, you will see there are two sections. One is called Atlas and one is called self-managed. So Atlas is one of the cloud-based, the fully managed service, and whereas the self-managed has the further two products. One is enterprise and second one is a community. So hence, if I go and refer these notes, you need to understand here. We have two varieties. One is called cloud-based, that is called fully managed. The other one is called here. This is we called cloud-based, or it is called fully managed. And in that example is MongoDB Atlas. The second one is on-premises, sometimes called self-managed, and again it has two types of edition. One is called enterprise edition, sometimes it is called commercial edition, and the second one is community edition. So this way you have to remember that there are two sections, one is fully managed and one is self-managed. In case of self-managed, we have enterprise edition as well as community edition. Let's proceed with the now self-managed part. So what I want to understand here, in case of self-managed, again there are two types of installation. So there are two types of installation. So again, let me just bit correction. Here you go. There are two types of installation in case of self-managed. That's what I just have to just fix it off, and let me just explain it here. So there are two types of installation in case of self-managed. Point to be noted. What are those? One is called package based, sometimes called RPM based installation, and the second one is called source code or binary method or tarball or zift file. You need to download and start going ahead, perform the installation part. So our today's agenda is, you have to remember the first case. You have to remember that we are going for installing the package based MongoDB software installation. In that we will be learning about enterprise edition. What is that? Enterprise edition. So this is what I will be now explaining about how to go ahead and perform the installation. It is very simple, but let's go ahead and see that. So I have just documented some steps to follow. Some of the steps are optional, some of the steps are mandatory. So let's go ahead and perform the installation part. The step number one, I mentioned that you have to log in through some of the software called PuTTY. Either use PuTTY or PuTTY-ND. So you have to just note here, either you use PuTTY or you should say it's a PuTTY-ND. Alright, so let's take continuation part of that. So I'll be using in my case PuTTY-ND. So using this PuTTY-ND, I'll just log into this particular respective machine with the IP, whatever it is mentioned here. Okay, so this is what the IP I'll be using it. Let's do it here. Here you go. This is my PuTTY-ND. Once I open the PuTTY-ND, yeah, this is my PuTTY-ND. You can see here it's a PuTTY-ND, and let's now search with the MongoD. That's what just the name of the login I just mentioned. It is called MongoDB M1. So just the IP address here I just mentioned. This is my IP address. Let me just go ahead and connect to this. I'm just clicking on open. Now it is opening, and what I need to do it here, I need to log in with the root user. Let's do it that. This is my username is root and password is root123. I just typed my password, but it is not visible, but it is logged in. What you have to remember, so the step number one, open the PuTTY and log in with the given respective IP. based on your real-time machine. You have to respect to IP, you have to mention it, username and password, you have to log in it. Since it is the point to note here, we are looking for the package based installation. Okay, so the second would be your source code installation. Okay, so that's a second method, but we are looking for the package based. In case of package based also, we have two types of edition. One is called enterprise edition and community edition. So we are looking for the enterprise edition. So let's go ahead and complete the enterprise edition, the part. Okay, so this is what I'll be now completing this. Let's go ahead and proceed with the next part. Here we go. I'll be just connecting with a user called root and the password is root123 in my case. And after that, I will be creating one of the user called MongoDB. So this user, right now I know I'm not required to perform the installation, but at least this I'll be creating. So in a future, I will be preparing my MongoDB instance. So to create a MongoDB instance, I need to have this particular user. I will be now adding it as part of the installation process. Let's go ahead and add this user. All right, let's go ahead and refer this syntax. Here we go. My syntax to be add the user. Before that, I will be just checking, do you have a MongoDB user? Okay, so obviously it says that no such user. That means this user, what the command I just checked, ID followed by the username. So this is my username which I am just checking, and it says that no such users as such right now prepared on this particular machine. Now here, let's go ahead and keep continue. User add and MongoDB. That's it. This is what the syntax to add the user. I will be just referring that this is my user add and the username. For by, I can verify that it is user is prepared. Obviously, yes, user is ready. Now set the password for this user. Passwd MongoDB. And once this password has been set, it is too small, but it is okay. I have just mentioned certain value for that. Now it's done. Let's proceed with next. So I need to verify yum list installed pipe grep mongo. So what is this command says? This command is trying to explain here is, do we have a software already installed with MongoDB? If yes, then it will give the output. So what it mentioned, do we have already installed the MongoDB software? Yes or no. If the output is coming, that means it is installed. If no output is coming, that means it is not yet installed. So hence you need to remember here yum and followed by list installed, pipe grep and mongo. So this is the mongo is the keyword which I just trying to filter to get the output. So now it is not given, that means it is not installed. I can use even with the command with the DNF. Instead of yum, I can also use the DNF command to just check that whether it is installed or not. So make sure that when you go with this website, it will ask you what product you are looking for. I am looking for the self-managed. In that self-managed, which software editions you are looking, either enterprise or community. Let me go ahead and just click on the community part here. So it will give you the link of the next page where you have a community edition. And bit of you can just wait for a while, let it go ahead and open the page. Maybe this is my overview part. Let's scroll down in this case, and then you will see here community download. Let's say downloading the community software. I'm just looking for community, but my interested part is not community. What you are looking for, you are looking for the enterprise. So what I will be doing, I will be just clicking on the enterprise here, and then once you click on the enterprise, then you are supposed to you need to download the enterprise software. In this case, what is our main purpose? To go ahead and install the MongoDB enterprise advanced version. In that case, it is called for enterprise for server creation purpose. So we are looking for MongoDB, the self-managed software to prepare my MongoDB instance, so that I can create my databases inside this the MongoDB instance. So to prepare the MongoDB instance, sometime called server, we need this particular software. You select the software, and here it will ask you, this is my latest version. Then this is my latest version. It says that here the version of my MongoDB. But you have to remember what is my operating system, sometimes called platform. You have to select proper platform in the drop down. So let me just refer here what is my operating system. In my example, I will be using Linux 9. So I'm just referring here. This is my Linux. So this can be a Red Hat Linux in my example, Oracle Linux. So I'll be just taking this as an example about Red Hat Linux 9. So this is my platform and this is my latest version which I'll be downloading for MongoDB Enterprise Server. So here it is a package. You can say click on download. It will ask you certain questions. You just fill up that. It is ready to go for download. Consider this is already downloaded in my case, and just I'm saying here that software I placed in this particular location in this example. So I'm just saying that the software which has been downloaded, the one I have just explained, the way to go and look for the download part, and maybe I placed it in this particular folder. This is the sometime called stage location. Let's copy this path in my example, and once it is copied, I'll go to this particular Linux machine where I have logged in. I'll just do the cd and say ls. So here I can see there are a lot of software which has been downloaded. In my example, I wanted to go for this software to be installed. So that is my MongoDB Enterprise Server and so version. So the syntax would be rpm-ivh and the file name. It is called Red Hat Package Manager. -I stand for install, V stand for verbose, H stand for hashes, and that file name which you need to use for installation. This is so simple where you can go ahead and install your MongoDB software. So what it says that RPM is my Red Hat Package Manager. I stand for it is installing. You can see here it is installing. That is I stand for. And here it is also says verbose. That means it is showing you this progress, and H in terms of hashes. This is what you have to remember, that it is going ahead, the package gets installed. So this is the simple single command to perform the MongoDB Enterprise software or MongoDB Enterprise software for server purpose. The installation has to be done. Let's go ahead and check that it is installed or not, the way which we checked previously. Let's proceed further the same. Here we go. The syntax which we checked, this is the syntax. You can use either yum or dnf, list installed piperep mongo. So output is showing that okay, it is MongoDB's Enterprise Server software has been already installed, and which MongoD, if I just check, it is showing you this is the location where the server we call as this is executable, and this executable we will be using it to further our administration purpose. The moment you install the software, so this executable gets available in this particular location. That's what I have just mentioned in my notes about. You have to go ahead and download the software, make it ready in this case, and then go ahead and perform the installation part. And here I given the syntax explanation also. What is the RPM stand for, what is I stand for, what is V stand for, what is H stand for. Red Hat Package Manager, install verbose hashes, and followed by you can go ahead and check that whether the software has been installed or not. And plus you can also check this executable present or not. In my example, let me just go ahead and check, copy this path and just put this path location over here. This is what the way we can verify it. You can also check this full path using the which MongoD, or you just verify this way. That's how I can follow the steps to get it complete the heading what I given as MongoDB software installation. This is a topic what I just mentioned, but make sure that there are multiple software is available, and the way of dealing with the self-managed is different than the way of dealing with the cloud-based, which is called fully managed, and this is called self-managed. Again, types of additions, types of installation, you have to get it understand thoroughly. This is just one example I given, and there are multiple things you have to go through as per the requirement in the real time. That's it. Thank you for watching this video. Take care and bye bye.